By being able to distribute the air 360 the way we have accomplished, you're being able to distribute the air 360 throughout the room and accomplish more square footage coverage through one grill than compared to your standard two-way diffuser.
Unbelievable. Wow.
What that means is the house was so efficient, energy efficient, that the air change within the house, it changed 2 times per hour versus 4 times per hour.
And for you to take the time to stop and talk to us for one thing, but to tell the story about the innovation behind this product, I mean, that just lights me up.
So Josue, it's a true diffuser, right? Airflow 360-degree pattern. Tell us a little bit about the actual light itself, like physically how many CFM, and give us a little insight.
So the design of the product itself was originally done as an aesthetic purpose, for aesthetic reasons only. Once we started going down the path on actually designing it with an actual manufacturer, actual engineers, and people that have the education behind airflow and stuff like that, they soon realized that it was more than just an aesthetic product. It was more of an energy efficient product. And by being able to distribute the air 360 the way we have accomplished, you're being able to distribute the air 360 throughout the room and accomplish more square footage coverage through one grill than compared to your standard two-way diffuser. We also have a down throw design. So when you have a high ceilings, you're able to get the air down far enough to have the comfort to be able to reach those higher levels. And so, we're just still doing a bunch of third-party testing, and we're getting a bunch of analyzing done on the product as we speak. So, the data is still new, and everything is still coming in as we speak. But from the tests that we've done personally, we're getting significant amount of CFMs. I think that we can have Jose testify compared to some of the old traditional vents from his old builds, that our product is a little bit less noisy when it comes to the operation of the airflow compared to your traditional grill.
You know what, Rob, let's stay with that for a second. Jose, what is the difference? Not from aesthetics. We know the aesthetics are just, that's what's getting all our attention, but from a more practical point of view about airflow, what's your story about how that feels as a difference?
So when we thought about bringing in the product, it was just pure looks. I wanted to get rid of the grills because I just wanted this product. And so for us in the beginning, it was just pure look. I said, we have less holes and cleaner looks. And so my thoughts were, okay, it's going to look amazing. But then soon after I realized, okay, wait a minute, we're not digging or drilling any more holes in the ceilings. This is really going to help me on my energy codes that we have to meet here in the state of Washington. So I thought, okay, less holes means better results when I do the door blow test, which is something that we have to go on new home construction. And so I told Josue, you know what, Josue, I think I'm going to keep a real close eye to the differences between the previous home that we built, which was the exact same home, versus this new home with all of your lights, or the comfy lights throughout the house. So we're not using grills. We're not using anything other than the comfy lights. So it was the first home that we built everything comfy light. And so when that happened, in the previous home, we failed the first initial leakage test. And so, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Your Wi-Fi's a little hinky on the picture, but there we go. You're good. You're good.
There we go.
Okay, so the first time when we filled this first home, we failed the initial test. Our home had to come in at 4 or better for what they call the air changes per hour, or ACH. And so we hired a third-party company to fix the air leakage to make sure that we passed. And the best result that we had after we had, sealed all the holes in the leakage was 3.8. And so we got our occupancy certificate and everything was great. And with this new home that we just built, we sold, we used Comfy Light throughout the house. I was so eager to test the house for the air leakage. And so I called Jose, I'm going to have the air leakage done here this week and blah, blah, this day and this minute, basically. Well, the results came back. The results that we had with the initial test, this is not correcting anything. It's just the test. It came in at 1.8. Half.
Okay,
That's literally half.
half. So let me restate that story. So you've got two houses, identical homes. One home is done the traditional way with registers and grills, just like we've all done it for a million years. The other home, identical home, was done using Comfy Lights throughout the house instead of traditional registers and grills.
Yes.
Even after you had to have some work done to get under 4 on house number 1, it came in at 3.88. The Comfy Light house came in at 1.88. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Unbelievable.
Just to be exact, at 1.8.
Unbelievable. Wow.
What that means is the house was so efficient, energy efficient, that the air change within the house, it changed 2 times per hour versus 4 times per hour. So the AC machine and the outside was working using half the energy to maintain.
Oh my gosh.
That was the only difference, was basically between the two houses.
Yeah.
Fewer penetrations, basically, is what we're saying. Fewer openings, reduction of openings into the ceiling, basically, because of the use.
Yeah, and to be exact, I think for that home in particular, I think we eliminated 27 holes, because for every Comfy Light installed, you're basically eliminating 2 penetrations inside the house membrane. So we eliminated, I think, if I'm correct, 27 holes in that home.
Wow.
And so that's where I was stating that originally it was all a design, it was all aesthetic. But after we initially went inside Jose's homes and with a few engineers behind the product and taking a look at it, we're realizing that it's more than just an aesthetic thing. Not only do you save money in the initial install with less labor requirement, but the end user, the homeowners, they're going to be the ones that are going to be the happiest, because not only are we allowing them to be comfortable at half the cost of the neighbor, but we're also technically, I think we can confidently say that we're expanding the life of the units, because we're using half the wear and tear that it would traditionally have. Not saying that I can't guarantee that, because everything electronic can fail at any time, but a common sense, we can see that half the wear and tear, should expand the system's life easily by 5 years.
And Justin, did you have any experience? What's your experience from an energy sort of conservation point of view? Have you had any sort of a similar experience on your side of the equation?
We haven't been able to test it yet, just because the house that one of the houses, there's a few of them, but it's still in process. It's close to finish, so I can't get my blower door test yet, but I expect it, just by the way I know how a house feels during construction comparatively to one that doesn't have Comfy Light and the one that does. It is comfort throughout. A daylight basement, for example, one that I'm doing, the basement sometimes is colder either way during construction or after. It's just all the same ambient temperature. It's great.
That's so cool.
One big thing for the builder is the blower door test. If we don't fret that at the end, that's huge for us.